Time for Nix to take care of business. He's heading straight for that fire hydrant. And just like that, boom! Nick sparks something magical. Welcome to Yoldai's Pet Corner, where every pet moment is special.
Camels in Arizona? Yep, I didn't mispronounce cactus. Animals that can go days without water and still make the desert look easy. Join me as we explore one of Earth's most iconic desert animals, the camel. And a surprising U.S. story you've probably never heard. We'll roam from wild American deserts to their ancient origins, learn why humans fell in love with them, and meet the types you should know. Let's go. Real quick, let's orient ourselves. We're in the American Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Believe it or not, camels once roamed the deserts of the American West, but not naturally. In the 1850s, the U.S. Army floated a bold plan: use camels to haul supplies across these arid routes. The idea targeted long, blistering corridors through Arizona and New Mexico, perfect testing ground where horses struggled. And surprisingly, it worked at first. Here's a curveball: camels in the American West. In the 1850s, the U.S. Army proposed a camel corps to haul supplies across Arizona and New Mexico, terrain that punished horses and mules. They imported camels from the Mediterranean and the Middle East. Field tests impressed everyone. Camels carried heavy loads, needed little water, and shrugged off heat and rough country. Then, the Civil War hit. Priorities shifted, funding vanished, and the project was abandoned. Camels in Arizona? Yep, I didn't mispronounce cactus. Today we're talking about animals that can go days without water and still make the desert look easy. Join me as we explore one of the most iconic desert animals on Earth, the camel, and an unexpected chapter of their history right here in the United States. We'll travel from the wild deserts of Arizona to the ancient origins of camels, find out why humans fell in love with them, and meet the different types you need to know. Let's go. Believe it or not, camels once roamed the American Southwest, but not naturally. In the 1850s, a U.S. Army experiment tested camels for hauling across arid routes like Arizona and New Mexico, where horses and mules struggled. It worked. But when the Civil War hit, priorities shifted and the Camel Corps was abandoned. After the Army quit, some camels were sold off. Others ended up with miners or circuses. A few roamed the deserts as feral camels, fueling frontier legends like the Red Ghost. There isn't a self-sustaining wild camel population in Arizona today, but every so often people report escaped camels from private owners. Now that we've peeked into one of the strangest chapters of camel history in the US, let's go back millions of years to where camels really began their story. Camels did originally evolve in North America about 40 million years ago, back when horses also walked here, but they went extinct here by about 11,000 years ago. Modern camels represent just a tiny piece of that once diverse camel family tree. Camels are members of the family Camulidae and the genus Camulus, and their famous humps store fat, not water, helping them survive harsh climates. Today's camels thrive across the Old World: Arabia, North Africa, and Central Asia. The Droch modere, or one-humped camel, is the most common, making up roughly 90% of all camels. Domesticated in the Arabian Peninsula, it's superbly adapted to hot deserts. Then there's the two-humped Bk-tree-un camel, domesticated in Central Asia. It's stockier and hairier, built for cold deserts and brutal winters. There's also the wild Bactria-un camel, a distinct and critically endangered species. Humans domesticated camels as pack animals long before engines. They were essential for trade routes like the Silk Road. They provided transport, milk, meat, hides, and helped connect cultures across vast deserts. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying this journey, please like and subscribe. Next up, the wild adaptations that make camels desert specialists. Camels can go days without water, use their fat-filled humps for energy, and survive huge temperature swings. Their padded feet spread weight on sand, and those long eyelashes and closable nostrils, built-in sand protection. But here's the big reveal. Now that we've peeked at that strange US camel chapter, let's rewind millions of years to where camels really begin. Spoiler: their story starts in North America, not the Sahara. Fossils from the Great Plains to the Arctic reveal tiny forest browsers evolving into steppe runners. Early camels adapting as climates shifted. From here they spread into Asia and Africa, leaving their birthplace behind. Camels evolved in North America about 40 million years ago. They shared ancient landscapes with early horses, forests, floodplains, and open steppe. Then they vanished here around 11,000 years ago. Modern camels are just a small surviving branch of a once diverse family tree. Today's camels belong to the family Camelidae and the genus Camelus. Their famous humps store fat, not water, fuel for hard times in harsh climates. That stored energy keeps them going when food is scarce and helps them handle desert heat. They thrive across the Old World, Arabia, North Africa, and Central Asia. From dunes to high, cold steppes, camels are built for extremes. Our journey continues, this time onto dry land. Meet the undisputed star of desert travel, the Dro Kmu Der-e, the one-humped camel. It's the most common camel on Earth, roughly 90% of all camels, and it was domesticated on the Arabian Peninsula thousands of years ago. Built for heat and distance, dromedaries conserve water, tolerate blistering days and cool nights, and turn fat stored in that single hump into energy when food is scarce. From North Africa across the Middle East into the Indian subcontinent, caravans, herders, and entire cultures have relied on this one-humped specialist to cross seas of sand. Then comes the Bactrian, two humps, domesticated in Central Asia. Stockier and hairier than the Dro Kmu Der-e, it's engineered for brutal winters and cold deserts. Those twin humps are fuel tanks of fat. The shaggy coat blocks wind and frost, and wide padded feet grip sand, gravel, even snow. From the Silk Road to high-altitude basins, Bactrian camels hauled loads, pulled carts, and connected outposts where wheels and hooves often failed. Side by side, they're a study in adaptation. One hump for hot deserts, two for cold ones, sleek for heat, shaggy for chill. Both masters of conserving water and marching for days. Their nostrils close against dust, their eyelashes shield sand, and their blood chemistry tolerates dehydration far beyond most mammals. And there's the wild Bactrian camel, a distinct species, not just a feral stray, quietly surviving in some of the harshest places on Earth. The wild Bactrian lives in remote pockets of the Gobi and far western China, salt flats, gravel plains, and dune fields where summers scorch and winters bite. It's critically endangered. Fewer than a few thousand are believed to remain, fragmented by development, competition with livestock, poaching, and shrinking access to scarce water. Unlike their domestic cousins, these camels eke out a living on sparse shrubs and salty plants, enduring temperature swings from deep freeze to searing heat. Genetic studies confirm they are their own lineage, ancient, tough, and irreplaceable. In places like the Lop-Nur and Great Gobi strictly protected areas, camera traps catch brief ghost-like cameos, small family groups, lone bulls, tracks erased by wind. Every sighting is a reminder. This is one of the last true wild camel species on the planet, holding on at the edge. Conservationists are racing to help. Protected reserves, anti-poaching patrols, community grazing plans, and careful monitoring to keep waterholes and migration corridors open. It's a delicate balance, supporting pastoral livelihoods while giving wild herds enough space to survive and grow. Meanwhile, domestic camels still power human life across vast drylands. Dromedaries dominate hot deserts, from treks and transport to milk, meat, and fiber. Domesticated Bactrians shoulder loads across windswept steppes and frozen passes. Biologists study their physiology to inspire better ways of coping with heat stress and dehydration. Veterinarians refine husbandry and welfare. And herders blend tradition with modern tools, GPS routes, mobile veterinary clinics, and sustainable grazing to keep camel cultures thriving without exhausting fragile landscapes. First, the dromedary, one hump, the most common camel, domesticated in the Arabian Peninsula. Then the Bactrian, two humps, domesticated in Central Asia, stocky and winter-ready. And finally, the wild Bactrian camel, a distinct species, critically endangered and worth every effort to protect. Humans domesticated camels long before engines, turning deserts into highways of trade. As pack animals, they hauled silk, spices, and salt along the Silk Road, linking distant markets across continents. Beyond transport, camels provided milk, meat, and hides, everyday survival in harsh landscapes. And in doing so, caravans connected cultures, stitching towns, faiths, and ideas into one vast exchange. Camels can go days without water, tapping fat-filled humps for energy and shrugging off wild temperature swings. Their bodies conserve moisture like a vault and keep moving when everything else stalls. Those famous humps? They store fat, not water, portable fuel that powers long treks. Inside, efficient kidneys and a heat-tolerant bloodstream stretch every drop and steady their core in blistering days and chilly nights. Look closer. Wide, padded feet spread weight on loose sand. Long eyelashes shield the eyes, and nostrils can pinch nearly shut. Built-in sand protection engineered by evolution. Here's the twist. Camels aren't just creatures of hot deserts. Their ancestors began in North America, then, over millions of years, branched out and adapted to new climates as they spread into Asia and Africa. From Arabian dunes to frigid Central Asian steppes, camels proved their climate shapeshifters, built for extremes far beyond sun and sand. If you loved traveling through history and biology with me, hit like and subscribe, and tell us in the comments, what surprised you most about camels? Your suggestions guide our compass. Stay tuned for more stories where science meets the unexpected. Thanks for exploring with us. See you next time. On nights like this, dogs and cats shiver in the cold, but they don't wait alone. Kind hands bring blankets and hope. Then carry them inside to safety. A warm checkup, gentle care, and a bowl of food. Every small kindness keeps a life warm. Donate to your local animal shelter, and Merry Christmas.